Hey everybody, it's Jeff back with Full Send Collectibles, and today we are opening another box of 1989 hoops, a vintage product from the basketball junk wax era. Pretty recently, I recorded a video of a 1989 hoops, and that was the high series. We went in there hunting Jordans, and we nailed three of the base Jordans, none of the Jordan All Stars, and one or two of the David Robinson rookie. Now, in the high series, the David Robinson rookie is not the good one. It's the one where he's shooting free throws, and it's about a $30 card in a PSA 10. But in the low series, you actually have the really good rookie. It's him on the podium on draft day, and a PSA 10 of that is worth give or take in the vicinity of $300. So these boxes are a little bit more expensive. If you watch my last video, you know how I feel about these in general. They are not factory sealed. They do come in cello packs versus actual wax. So that's a little bit of extra security, but you can look through them front and back, and they actually have like really easily discernible patterns within the pack. So um, if someone's in there hunting a Jordan or a potentially $300 David Robinson card, they could easily look through the packs, pull out anything that's a Jordan or a Robinson front and back, leave the rest for you to buy on eBay, and you're stuck with a box that isn't really what you hoped to open. But that being said, I did want to buy and open a low series box, actually primarily because I do collect sets of some of these sets that I like. And technically, the low series has short print runs of about 50 cards. Uh, NBA Hoops pulled them out of the set to go and create room for the second series of cards. So my set is light, a lot of cards in the first, call it couple 100 cards. And so I really wanted to go in here, open a box of the low series, hopefully find some Robinsons, hopefully find some Jordans, and complete my set. So we are going to rip some wax. Again, we have access to 300 cards in this box, so it's not a lot of cards to find Jordans and to find Robinsons. So we could get into them. We could certainly hit multiples. And again, if you watch my previous video or any of my videos, you know that in these junk wax era packs, I usually like to check the front and the back of the pack to see if there's a good card on the front or the back, specifically the front. I do send those into PSA. I do like to get those packs graded. I think they're a pretty cool addition to my collection. So I did look at the fronts. Nothing major on the fronts. However, on the backs, there were a few notables. Um, I ran to a Dennis Rodman. I ran to a Stockton All Star. I did run to a Charles Barkley All Star on the front, but this pack right here actually has the David Robinson rookie in it. So I considered, saving it and sending it to PSA. They will grade it and they will put David Robinson back. But I don't think the back is as cool as the front. You can really see the card pretty well through the front and the back. Um, it's kind of a poor man's version of that. So I'm just gonna rip it. Hope I pull out something that looks like a PSA 10, and hope I pull a bunch of Robinsons and a bunch of Jordans out of this to send in the PSA. Other than that, I'll let you know how I do on my personal collection. I'm looking to fill in about, well, it's literally 53 blanks, which were pulled out for the high series. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll get the suspense out of the way. Just by sake of example, I know that this is a David Robinson rookie, so I'm just going to rip it first, and we will get into the rip and have some fun ripping junk wax product. So as you can see, there is the David Robinson. I could easily see it through the back. Um, the cool thing about these, they're not wax on the back, so while you might get some lines from it being sealed, which is rare, you will not have any wax stains on the back of it. Question is, will it be centered or will it not be centered? Um, and this one doesn't look 100% perfect, but it might be close enough because you don't need a literal 50-50 to get a 10 from PSA. You can be a few percentage points off on the grading. So I will give this a closer examine. I'll look over the edges. I'll look over the corners. Don't forget to look over your surface, see if there's any printer lines or any gouges, anything of that nature. As you review your cards for submission, try not to fuck your corners up as you get into the sleeve, and let's move forward. Yeah, so I already cards that I don't have in my set. Now again, technically that makes it for a short print run, although these were so overproduced that you are not going to. There's a Larry Bird. I did find a Larry Bird back as well, which is that's a good sign because if Larry Bird's in the back, the David Robinson could be in that pack. I'll open that pack next and see if we can find another David Robinson. So this is the Larry Bird back right here. Let's rip into this, and maybe there's a Robinson in this pack too, since it was in front of the Bird. So there's the Bird on the back, as predicted. Shelton Jones, Terry Cummings, Kevin Edwards, Tim Perry, Manute Bull, Randolph Keys. No, no David Robinson. So it must have been a little later in the print versus the back. But if I had a Larry Bird front on that pack, probably would have kept it. Probably would have sent it to PSA because I like Bird. Who doesn't like Bird? And that's a pretty cool version of him, in my opinion. So 2 packs in, 2 Larry Birds. This pack here was the Dennis Rodman back. So we'll see who comes in the Dennis Rodman pack. Takes a little bit of the suspense out of the pack, but this Dennis Rodman's a really beautiful card. Way above the rim. This in a 10 is about $50. This doesn't look, this looks a little bit thin on the top. Jerome Kersey in here, Rex Chapman. Oh, sweet. All right, our second major hit. We have a Michael Jordan All-Star. This in a 10 is give or take $100. Looks very nicely centered and in very good condition. We'll sleeve this up, and he might be on a PSA submission slab or form near you in the not too distant future. I will come back and let you know how I do with these submissions. There's a Phil Jackson. He's $50 in a 10 all day. Nice card. Alex English on the All-Star. John Stockton. 300 card set. So we're going to hit names as we go through it. Again, you guys know, here's the Chris Mullin All-Star back. I like to open basketball because, you got, and there's the Barkley front. You got 2 or 3 Hakeem Olajuwon. Great players per team, generally speaking. 5 starters per team. Man, Patrick Ewing, Brad Daugherty, All-Star, Magic Johnson. This pack is spitting fire. Chris Mullin. Woo! Spitting fire. Here's another All-Star back, Mark Eaton. All right, so I saw the Jazz on the bottom. I mistakenly thought this was a John Stockton. I didn't look at it all that closely because I wasn't gonna send it in anyway or keep the pack. There's Clyde Drexler, Alvin Robertson, Mark Jackson. There's Kevin McHale on the All-Star, Jeff Malone, and Mark Eaton on the All-Star. Again, you probably watch probably if you're one of 10 people in the world, but if you watch the previous 89 Hoops opening, there really isn't much to this set. Pretty vanilla set. Not too much going on. You have your all-stars as your inserts. You do have your coaches like a lot of NBA sets do, and that's about it. The last card in the set, there's a Scottie Pippen. Now, last pack, Scottie Pippen was on top of a notable card. It might have been a Larry Bird. So looks like the order is not exactly the same either in this box or the Series 1 versus the Series 2, which is cool. It makes this stuff hard to map for those inclined to be douchebags. But a pretty vanilla set, but a clean and nice looking set. It's not a big set, 353 cards all in. And I like these cards. They're nostalgic for me. So I do, as you saw, I will complete the whole set. Put them in my binder. There's Kevin Duckworth on the All-Star. Charles Shackelford. Clyde Drexler on the All-Star. Charles Shackelford barely fits on the page. Barely, just barely. They had to adjust some spacing there. Barely. Shackelford. Here we go. Reggie Lewis really came in to replace Bird. Didn't have a Bird level career. There's Larry Nance on the All-Star. But Celtics fans out there, generally like their boy Reggie Lewis. Dale Ellis on the All-Star, Chris Mullin base. Another Reggie Lewis, same pack. Okay. John Shasky. Purvis shorts. All right, so in addition to the Robinson rookies, we are definitely looking for base Jordans. We pulled 3 out of the last box. That was awesome. Great hit. One rack through, we got a pile of cards that we like, including one Jordan All-Star. We got no Jordan All-Stars in the last box. One David Robinson, which of course I cherry picked and put on top. 2 Larry Birds, 1 Dennis Rodman. There's Manute Bull again, so there's our Larry Bird. See, they do stack up. Yeah, David Robinson, the rookie. They do exist. So if we see a Larry Bird, we're likely to see a Robinson. No chance this one's a 10. Really, really got a fat bottom, big old booty, and a thin top. But I'll take a bigger bottom and less on the top. That's fine. All shapes and sizes. It's all good with me. Except it's not good with PSA. They won't give that a 10, but what are you gonna do? Danny Manning, Craig Hodges for the Bulls. There's All-Star Larry Nance again. Dale Ellis. Spud Webb. So if this box is anything like the other boxes I've opened, we'll get like 3 Robinson rookies, which is fire. I'll take as many Robinson rookies as I get. Give us chances to get them in a 10. We might get 2 or 3 Jordan All-Stars. We'll get like 4 Birds, which is fine. Could mean that we're not going to get, there's Kevin Johnson, Horace Grant. Could mean that we don't get a Jordan base. But that's a risky run with these boxes. You get into some really streaky performance on the opens, and you might not get a card, but you do get, there's two money cards in here, maybe 3 if you count the Jordan All-Star. There's a Kevin McHale All-Star, Mark Eaton, Isaiah Thomas, Charles Barkley All-Star. My goodness, star-studded pack, and Del Curry. Watching his baby boy's cards turn into $100,000 investments. Karl Malone, the mailman himself. Harvey Grant, Charles Barkley on the All-Star. Rod Strickland, Mark Jackson on the All-Star. Tom Chambers on the All-Star. These are packed full of All-Stars. Reggie Lewis again. Terry Cummings. Reggie Miller's looking good. And Charles Barkley, boom goes a dynamite. Jeff Hornacek. Sharpshooter. Reggie Miller is not only looking good, he's looking young. Looking like a kid there. Reggie Miller, rookie year, 1987. Same as Bo Jackson. James Donaldson, Larry Nance. A lot of Larry Nance All-Stars in here. Dale Ellis. Spud Webb. Wayne Cooper. Spud Webb might have been in the back of the David Robinson pack. Maybe we're close. We are hunting Robinsons. It is the more valuable card over the Jordan base. There's Chris Mullins base. Pat Riley. Kevin Duckworth. Charles Shackelford. Clyde Drexler. And pack 18 getting us halfway through the box. Lenny Wilkens back-to-back. Alex English. John Stockton. Dennis Rodman. Scottie Pippen. Derek Harper. Scottie Pippen. You could grade that if you wanted to for your PC. Craig Elo. Danny Ainge. Actually, don't think I have a Danny Ainge yet. There's Olajuwon. Sam Bowie. Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. Patrick Ewing. And Brad Doherty on the All-Star. Scottie Pippen on top of Derek Harper. Go figure. There's a Mark Price. The one card that's of some value that's not in this set, in the low series, is Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's rookie. Nice card. That could be, I mean, it's 50 all day in a PSA 10. I've seen it go for higher. Karl Malone All-Star. Kiki Vanderway, and there's Mark Price on the All-Star. By the way, I know I mentioned it in my last video, but these boxes look strikingly similar. The way that you tell the difference between the low series, which we're opening, and the high series is the yellow star on the bottom left of the box. It just says look for 89 All-Stars and coaches cards. The high series says the expansion teams, which were the Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic. And that's how you tell the difference. Generally, these boxes, you could go get a Isaiah Thomas All-Star. You can get a buy it now, pretty much all day for like 75, 80 bucks. Occasionally, you can snipe an auction for, I sniped this one for about 55, which is a good deal for this box right now. High series, you can typically get for 55, 60, $65, somewhere in that vicinity. Danny Manning, Craig Hodges, Chris Mullin, Reggie Lewis, a lot of Reggie Lewises. So again, I mention this from time to time, but we've gotten what, 4 Reggie Lewises right now? Those could be 4 Jordans, no doubt about it. We opened 3 Jordans in the last box. Craig Hodges, Chris Mullin. We got 3 or 4 Chris Mullins. Bam, David Robinson rookie. Unfortunately, that's the least centered of all of them. That's real jacked up left to right. That one walking with a limp, but we'll sleeve it up and we'll take it. I mean, I don't know what a PSA 8's worth, but perfect cards off centered by that much are about a PSA 8. There's the Michael Jordan All-Star. That one's left thin on the left as well, but we'll take it. The first one was looking awfully good, and the first 2 Robinsons were looking pretty darn good. Phil Jackson in there, good rip. So we got a good box going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We've got the 2 Jordan All-Stars. We've got the 3 David Robinson rookies. And we got 11 or 12 more packs to go. Hakeem Olajuwon, the All-Star. Dominique Wilkins, I believe that might be Series 1 only. Might kind of be the only, like big name player, All-Star, if you will, that Christian Welp, there goes the Raptor, who was cut for the second set. Caught right. Neek Wilkins. Here's the Isaiah Thomas back on the All-Star. Don Chaney, Kevin Duckworth, Rick Edelman, Vernon Maxwell, Del Curry, Moses Malone on the All-Star, AC Green, Bernard King, and Isaiah Thomas on the All-Star. One more pack in the third rack. We're going to run it back. 9 more. Irving Magic Johnson. Chris Mullin All-Star. Reggie Miller. Charles Barkley. Jeff Hornacek. 9 to go. Last rack. Michael Jordan All-Star. We hit the 3. I think we called our shot on that. Said 3 All-Stars and probably no Jordan bases if we're in whatever this hellhole that we're in. But 3 Jordan All-Stars, 3 David Robinsons so far. That is a good looking box. Dennis Rodman, man. 3 Rodmans. 3 Pippins. 2 Birds. Give me 1 more Jordan or 1 more David. Let's do it. Maybe 2. 2 would be greedy. 1 would be fair. Dan Marley. Vinny Dell, Dennis Johnson, Clyde Drexler, Alvin Robertson, Olden Polynice, Olden but a goodie. Jordan All-Stars is a really sweet card in this set. There's the mailman right there. Will Perdue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. 6 to go. You don't want to be coming down to the last six hoping for more. You want to be coming down to the last 6 asking for more. And that's what we're doing. We already got some hits in here, and we are asking for more. Didn't realize Terry Cummings was an all-star. There he is. Dale Ellis all-star. Rick Smith, Spud Webb. Derek Smith. Tim Perry for the Suns. 4 to go. Anybody look familiar? Bill Laimbeer. Not sure if we've seen him yet. Boom! Jordan All-Star. That's the 4th. Phil Jackson. Alex English. John Stockton. Dennis Rodman. Love that pack. The Rodman, Jackson, Stockton, Jordan All-Star pack. Let's go. Okay, 3 packs left. Let's make it an even 4 on the Robinsons and an even 4 on the Jordans and call it a day. I'm not even going to worry about the Jordan base rookies. For that, you can watch my other video by hitting the subscribe button or checking me out at Full Send Collectibles on Instagram. If you are into junk wax, I'm your guy. There's Charles Barkley. 2 packs to go. I also do care about the occasional shiny card, but mostly LaDainian Tomlinson refractors and other men of that nature. Del Curry, Moses Malone, last pack mojo. Here we go. See what we got. Don't think I can show you the Jordan base card today. Manute Bol in the pack. Larry Bird. Come on, David Robinson. Boom! Last pack mojo on the David. I don't give a shit that it's off center. That's just fun shit right there. Bam! We'll sleeve it up just because I'm a routine-oriented person, but that's real offset. So, 4 David Robinson rookies, 4 Michael Jordan All-Stars, 3 Larry Birds, 3 or 4 Dennis Rodmans, whole bunch of sweet stuff. I could not show you the Jordan base, but I'll give you a sneak peek. I've got a bunch of cards I'm about to submit to PSA, and in this stack, nope, I already sent those Jordans, but there's a couple of skyboxes for you, sneak peek. I'll let you know how we do on this when we get them back. And I joke about PSA. I say they'll get here in 7 to 8 months. They actually turn their bulk orders around in like less than 30 days for sure. They're actually doing a really good job of that. So I sniped this box for about 55 bucks. I pulled 4 Robinson rookies, which in a 10 is $300. There's only 2 in here that have 10 potential. Looks like there's 2 Jordan All-Stars that have 10 potential. And then a whole bunch of awesome, just 1989 stud cards there, and a pile of swag. So I won't be doing any more 89 hoops. I think whatever I'm missing in the set at this point, I'll just fill in off the eBay market. But hopefully you get an idea of the low versus the high series. They're still pretty cheap boxes. And again, don't forget to check your fronts. And if you see somebody like send a PSA, I believe it's like $18 and you get to grade a pack. Comes back in a slab, and it's a pretty cool thing. So till next time, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe if you like what you see. Check me out at Full Send Collectibles on Instagram, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.